And I'm going to say happy Wednesday. So big waves out there. So excited for everybody that is tuning in on this beautiful Wednesday. And man, am I excited for you, because the purpose of this Zoom right now is to help new people get started. So if you are brand new and this is the first time you're joining us, or perhaps you've got a little bit of a team growing and you want to know how to train them, this is a great place to start. And so what we do here is I kind of walk you through what our process is so that you can go create whatever it is that you're looking to create with Partner Co. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here if we can. And okay, perfect. So Gwen, you are the focus on my screen. So if you could give me a thumbs up if you can see what we got. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But this is our Getting Started training. My name is Andrea Rosser. I've had the blessing and the privilege of being part of our beautiful industry going on 13 years now. And so have a little bit of experience getting people started. So that's what we're going to do today. And the first thing that I want to walk you through is kind of our process and the method behind our madness. So we have the slenderized system of growth. And this is something that you may not even know that you're a part of yet, because perhaps you just got your first box of drops that you ordered directly from the company. Maybe you started on the product before, and maybe you just got your first 4-pack or your first 10-pack, and you're like, what is this system of growth? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. And really quickly, I'm just going to walk you through the flow of what we do here. And some of it's going to sound familiar, and some of it you're not going to know about just yet. But either way, just know we're going to bring you up to speed. So probably one of the first things that you did to get involved with this community was you got a box of drops from someone else. And you saw some posts out there on Facebook and you said, I want them. So you became a customer of that person. And then as you became a customer, hopefully you joined our health community, which is on Facebook, called Circle of Health. And from there, you had your questions answered. And at some point, you decided to jump on board and become a brand partner with us. So you paid your $29.95 and you got started with the company. Perhaps you ordered a 4-pack or a 10-pack of the drops. And now we're getting ready to launch you into this system. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get some resources. We're going to do some downloads, and then we're going to do your social launch. And then we're going to connect you with our community. So that's really kind of the flow or the process of how most people get started here. And so the next thing that we're going to talk about are the resources that we need to make sure that you have on your phone so that you are able to grow with us and to be a part and to benefit from everything that we have to offer with Partner Co. And so the first thing, and what I would love for you to do, is to take a screenshot of this screen. And one of the amazing things with technology is that if you take a picture of this, and I know with an iPhone it works this way, and Android it probably does even more because, you know, technologically they tend to be a little bit more advanced, but go ahead and take a screenshot of this. And all of these links, once you take a screenshot, you'll be able to click on the picture on your phone and you can turn them into real live links in your picture. So you can copy that text and paste it as needed. So what I would recommend is that you take a screenshot of this, but we're going to walk you through all of these resources and everything here. And I'm going to tell you, first of all, and I'm going to do it with you as we take a deep breath. And just know it looks like a lot, but it's really is not that much. It's just a lot of resources for you to get started, but it's nothing hard. There's nothing difficult in here. They're just tools in your tool belt to help you succeed. So just take a deep breath, get ready to get some things installed on your phone, and just know everything that you need to be successful is going to be right here on this page. So the first thing we need to get is boards. This is an app, and it is free to download onto your phone. There is an upgrade that you can do later if you so choose. You don't need to. You're going to get 10 free shares each and every day on boards. And we'll talk in a little bit about what we do with boards and how it works, but it is a great, great tool. Next is going to be Telegram. And so Telegram is what allows us to communicate with you. So it's a one-way communication channel where, like this call, we're going to put out in Telegram. We have a 2 p.m. call Monday through Thursday that is a prospecting Zoom, and we're going to put that in Telegram. All the different calls that we do throughout the week, sales that the company's having, just different things that you may want to connect with are going to be on our Telegram channel. So first thing you'll do is install it on your phone. Again, it's free. Get the free version. That's perfectly perfect. And then you will join our channel. So once you click on this link and you have the app already on your phone, you'll click join the channel and it will let you know every time we have a post in there. So just know we're not going to blow up your phone. Wednesday's really the worst day that we have the most messages that go out. And even today, you're not going to see more than 4 messages in the entire day. But most days we'll send 1, maybe 2 messages out in there. The next resource that hopefully every single person on here is already a part of is our Facebook community of health, and that is called Circle of Health. So this is purely a product group. No shop talk in there. This is just product talk for the drops. So any questions that you have on the drops, any questions that your customers have on the drops, you can get answered in Circle of Health. So it's just a great resource for all of us to make sure that we know how to use this product to our best benefit. Next group, again, is a Facebook group, is partner.co nation. This is a Facebook community that we love on you in. So what is Partner Co Nation for? It's for sharing a little bit of love. So when you achieve gold and ultimate, which is your first milestone inside of the company, well, we're going to celebrate you in Partner Co Nation. As you rank advance, we're going to celebrate you in Partner Co Nation. As you do all of the exciting things, we're going to share that in Partner Co Nation. When we have drop talks or special calls with, the company owners or different leaders within the team, all of that will be shared in Partner Co Nation. So great resource for you and for your team members. And then lastly, I would love for every single person on here to go get the Partner Co Share app installed on their phone. So again, all of these you can find either in Facebook or in your app store. So either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, but go in there and you can search for boards and Telegram and then the Partner Co Share app. And it's a free app. You will use your member ID and your password that you got when you got started with us, but that's going to give you additional tools. So you can find all the details about all of our products. Corporate will let you know when they're doing a corporate call in there as well. You can also access your back office. I prefer to go directly to the internet to access my back office, but you can go there through the Partner Co Share app. So those are kind of what we want installed. We want to make sure we have set up as we're getting started. And then I have 3 events throughout the week that I would love for all of you to tune into. So the first one is the Coaches Corner. And this is just for fun. We start at 9 a.m. It's myself, and all these times are Central Time. Myself and Coach Brent Palmer get on there for 15 minutes of just a little bit of positivity to start your day. So we take a word of the day and we talk about it. We do a little lesson, but just to do a little bit of self-development, just to put a little positivity to kick off the day. Purely fun, purely optional, but we would love for you to join us if you can. And then next is the IPA Zoom. So that is at 9:15 Monday through Friday, and it's on a different Zoom. So we probably need to coordinate to make it a little bit easier for everybody, but we'll figure that out at some point. But you would jump off our Zoom, jump over to the IPA Zoom. And what IPA stands for is Income Producing Activities. And what they do on that Zoom is they share what's working. So if today I think of a post and I go put it out on Facebook and I have 10 people reach out to me today alone, just on that one post to say, oh my gosh, I need these drops, or oh my gosh, I want to join your business, whatever the response is. If I get a really great positive response to something that I'm doing, Well, then tomorrow I'm going to jump on the IPA and I'm going to say, okay, everybody, I did something yesterday that made me some money and I want to share it with you. And so we get a ton of great tips and tricks and different things that we can do in there that we just copy from the community. So if you maybe want to know how to grow your social media engagement, or maybe your boxes aren't moving quite as fast as you hope they would, or you want to know what to say to somebody when they walk up to you in the grocery store. Well, all of those kind of tips you can get on the IPA Zoom. So I highly recommend, if you can. A lot of us just kind of stick a little earbud in and we hide it by our hair because we're at work or doing different things. So we just kind of sneak on that. So that's Monday through Friday. And then every Wednesday night, we do Wednesday Wisdom. Now, this is a Zoom that is a team training. It's open to everybody in Partner Co Nation. And we're currently running a series where we do questions with Coach. And so I'll go live at some point today in Partner Co Nation on Facebook, and I'll say, send me your questions. I already have a couple left over from last week, but I just keep gathering them. And if you've got a burning question for Coach Palmer, we're going to answer it tonight on Wednesday Wisdom. But every single week on there, we just do a little bit of team training. So whatever is needed out in Partner Co Nation, where we see the need, we're going to come on there and we're going to do a training on it. So it could be, how do we use boards most effectively? Or how do we do a drop talk? Or what can I do for my business to make it move more quickly? All of those questions will be answered on Wednesday Wisdom every single week. So those are some things that you can tap into. Bring your team with you. We would love to help everybody get involved with those. And let's see if, okay, there we go. Now, you're a part of the team. You ordered your 10-pack, maybe it's not even here yet, or you paid your $29.95 and you're waiting to order once you've done your launch. This is where all of the magic happens. Now, I'm going to talk mostly about Facebook because with my demographic, that's where I do my work. But if you're a young whippersnapper, you can jump over onto Instagram. You can do the same thing over in Snapchat or TikTok and all the different places. You just want to find, the best platform for you, but I'm going to focus here on Facebook, and they're all going to work roughly the same. So just know it doesn't really matter where you're starting. Our goal is to be posting twice a day. And so we recommend 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. But if that doesn't work for your life, if you're at work every single day at those two times and you can't put it out there, well, then don't worry about it. Do it at 2 times that work for you. But the main goal is to be consistent. And all of the posts are already built for you over in boards. And we're going to talk about those in just a moment. But we're going to post twice a day. And then as people are responding to you, and you'll see, it's crazy. You won't see any comments or barely any comments on your actual Facebook wall. Where all the magic is going to happen, regardless of the app, is going to be in the private messages. So make sure you're checking your messenger, because all the excitement is going to be happening over there. And they're going to ask you, tell me about these drops. They might even say, hey, have you been hacked? Because I've never seen you focus on weight loss before or hormones before. And all of the answers are going to be built in to our scripts on board. So just make sure that you're tapping into there and you're using all the scripts, because that's going to make it fast and it's going to make it simple for you. Next, you're going to add your customers as you're moving these boxes. We want to make sure that these customers are supported. And so we're going to add them to Circle of Health. And in Circle of Health, Dr. Crystal Vance, Dr. Crystal and Ashley Paulson run this group along with other leaders that know a lot more about the product. They know a lot more about balancing hormones and getting healthier than I do, and possibly than you do. So you want to make sure that you connect your customers to that group so that they have that support. And one of the things that you're going to see in there on the featured portion, in that group, there's going to be Let's Get Started. It's a video by Dr. Crystal. Go ahead and tag your customers in that so they can watch and they can have the tips that they need in order to get started on their drop. So you're going to tag them there once they have their box. And then every week Our goal, and sometimes we're going to get busy, but our goal is to be following up with our customers every single week with some love. So I'm going to move on to that with our customer flow. So this was for you and what you want to be doing. And now we're going to be talking about your customers. So I just got somebody, well, I'll tell you today, I had 2 boxes that I put in my mailbox this morning. And so what I'm going to do, I mail most of mine. So I use Pirate Ship. If you don't know how to use that or you're not familiar with it, all of the tutorials on how to use it are going to be over in boards. So we'll talk about how to make sure that you get onto boards, but that tutorial is going to be in there. But I just put a box in my mailbox. And I have a reminder set that I know it's going to take about 3 to 5 days for my customer to get these boxes, depending on where they are. So one was in Texas, one was in California. So Texas will get it in about 3 days for me. California is going to get it in about 5 days. So I've got a reminder already set in my phone so that when they get that box, I'm going to send them the getting started text. And so you'll see that getting started text in boards, but it's going to just share with them, hey, scan the QR code on the box because mine don't have the pamphlet yet. If you get yours last week or this week, they're going to already have the pamphlet. So you won't, it'll say, use the pamphlet, but it's going to remind them how to get the information. It's going to tell them, go ahead and measure. Nobody wants to, but go do it. Go step on the scale, get it done. So you have a baseline because you're going to be shocked with the results. And we want to make sure that you are keeping track with them. And then it's going to invite them to connect with us. I'm going to let them know that I added them to Circle of Health, or I invited them. And if they don't want it in there, they can ignore it, but I have added them. And then I'm also going to start a 3-way text with my running mate. So who is my running mate or who is my 2x2? Well, it varies. So I pick somebody that I want to connect this person with. So maybe it's Betsy Waters. And I say, I'm going to start a group text and I'm going to say, hey, new customer, this is Betsy. She's also here to cheer you on. So talk with the person that invited you onto this training. Talk with the person that invited you to join Partner Co. and who you got started with and say, hey, do you want to be my 2x2 so that when I'm introducing people to the drops, I can connect you with them. And you'll see where those come into play in a little bit. But that's what I'm going to do the minute that somebody has their box in hand, whether I hand it to them or I send it in the mail. And then week 1, my goal is to love on them. So I'm going to make sure that I've reminded them to take those measurements. I would love to ask everybody in the chats, but I can't see it with my shared screen. But so many of us, when we got started on this product, we didn't weigh and we didn't measure. And we didn't really, take note of the things that were bothering us because maybe we didn't have as much hope as we wanted to. And so we didn't really believe that they were going to create the transformation that they did. And then 3 weeks later, when we jump back on the scale, we go, oh my gosh, I lost a lot. And I wish I had measured. So just remind your customers, hey, I know you might not believe it's going to work as well as they really are. So go take those pictures, take those measurements, because you're going to want to know that information later. We also might share just a tip. If there was a place that you struggled when you first got started, maybe it was getting enough water in. I know that that's been a hard one for me. You could share the tips that you figured out that have helped you get that water into your system. And so maybe that looks like, I'll tell you, I bribe myself. So I've got to drink 32 ounces before I get my first cup of coffee. And then, the different things I do throughout the day, my second water, I get my elite, but I don't get elite until I've already drank my first whole 32 ounces of water. Whatever it may be, maybe you have your favorite breakfast recipe. But just find a way to love on that customer on week 1 so that they know that they're a part of a community and it's not just them going on this journey by themselves. Then week 2, we're going to pick up the phone. Now, week 2 is the most important. So this is the one that you definitely want to set a reminder for and make sure that by week 2, at the very least, you're reaching out to your drop customers. And when you call them, your goal is to celebrate them. So you're going to call and say, all right, lady, tell me your wins. What are these drops doing for you? How can I celebrate you? And they're going to share something. And it might be that they're sleeping through the night for the first time in 15 years. Or maybe they've lost 3 inches because they actually measured. or it could be they've lost some pounds, or they've gotten rid of those night sweats, or they're feeling more mental clarity. I don't know, but they're going to probably have some sort of win by week 2. And when they do, we're going to celebrate. And the way that we do that is we bring our 2x2 on the phone. And I'm going to use Betsy again. So thanks for all your help, Betsy. But I'm going to call Betsy. I'm on the phone with my customer, and we're going to call her Mary. And so, Mary, tell me the good news. She says, I lost 3 pounds. And I say, hold on a second. And I'm going to get Betsy on the phone. And Betsy's busy. I know she's busy. So I'm going to make this quick. And I'm going to say, Betsy, you got to talk to Mary. She just had a win, and I want you to celebrate her. And Mary's going to share her win with Betsy. Betsy's going to say, congratulations. I am so excited for you. Doesn't it feel great when we start feeling great? Doesn't it feel great when something's working for us? And I know, and you know, consistency is key. And you're going to want another box of drops before too long. So I'm going to run, but please make sure you talk to Andrea and figure out, hear more about the $29.95 option and what the different options are for you to get your next box of drops. And then Betsy's going to run. She's going to finish up her grocery shopping. And I'm going to go into boards, and I'm going to share the slide deck presentation with my customer on their phone. I'm literally going to text the link to their phone, and I'm going to say, hey, let's check this out together. I'll open it up on my phone while they open it up on their phone, and we're going to walk through it. And I'm going to say, yes, the company's name is Partner Co. We're actually brand new. We just got started a year ago, and we actually have over 100 different products, and they're all really, really great. They all go through the same, quality testing. And here's the approved food list. You've already gotten comfortable with it. I love that you can feed a family on this. And then I'm going to scroll through, just a couple of pictures so they get a little bit more validation. And then I'm going to say, okay, here are your options. Get another box from me. I'll sell them to you, no problem. I'm actually saving you over $50 by you buying them from me. But you also have the ability to pay $29.95 and get access to all of our products at up to a 30% discount, or jump on board with me and I can show you how you can get your box for free and even make a profit off of this. And we'll just, depending on what the customer says, we'll continue the conversation that way. But I'll tell you, when we do that, we have about a 95% conversion rate that the person decides to jump on board with us. 5% are going to say, you know what, just send me another box. But the rest are going to get into the system in some way. Now, if we didn't connect with them on week 2, or they didn't have a win on week 2, so we didn't feel comfortable asking, we're going to do that ask on week 3. And if they're part of the 5% that doesn't convert, well, on week 4, we're just going to share a little bit more love with them. So maybe we share 3 more recipes with them. Maybe we give them some kind of tips or tricks. We're going to tag them in, congratulations on finishing your first box of drops in Circle of Health. But we're just going to love on them in some way, because even if we don't continue with them, or they don't continue with the drops, we are so grateful that they trusted us for that month and they got a little bit healthier, whether or not they might feel it because maybe they didn't see this huge shift on the scale yet, or whatever it may be, or they were inconsistent. I don't know, but we want them to know that they were part of a community and that we were so grateful that they were here, and that when they decide to get healthier again in the future, we can play a role in it. Because when they decide, okay, I didn't give it my best shot, I'm going to try another month. Well, they're going to think of you because you supported them for their entire journey. Now, with that, we're going to get some people started. So of those, the 95% that get started, the first thing that we want to do is we want to train them on boards. And hopefully all of you have already had your boards training. If not, I'm going to walk through it pretty briefly here because I can't share my screen, but I'm going to do my best to show it, or I can't share my phone today. But we're going to help them with boards. We're going to make their first post with them because, oh my goodness, that first post can be a doozy. It can be difficult to do and it can feel a little intimidating. We're going to invite them to Partner Co-Nation. We're going to make sure that they're on Telegram, and we're going to make sure that they're plugging in to all the things that we talked about in that resource page. Next, once they start moving those boxes, we want to walk them through how to convert those customers. So that slide that we just walked through where we love on them, we celebrate them, we do the ask, and then we share a little bit more love. We want to make sure that everybody knows that, because we don't want any of these customers falling through the cracks. You worked hard to get them to be a part, and we want to make sure that they become a part of the company, or they move through and get what they want out of PartnerCo. Next, when your brand partner or you hit Gold and Ultimate, we want to make sure that their direct deposit is set up, because we want them to get paid, right? We don't want them to miss a single paycheck. We want to make sure that your subscription is set up so that you've got the products that you need moving forward. And then we want to share how you can leverage your next 4-pack or your next 10-pack so that you can earn extra income off it. And then lastly, once our team starts growing a team, we want to walk them through how to check their volume, how to see where they're going to enroll their brand partners, and where they should be ordering their 10-packs so that they are maximizing the comp plan. So as we're going through, that's what we're going to work on. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to be quick here, is boards. And so everybody should hopefully have this program on their phone. And I'm just going to try one more time. We're going to just see if we're just going to try again to see if it will let me share this, my old phone. So we're going to try it. So one moment here. And I'm going to try to do a new share. And if it will, then great. If not, we're just going to walk through it. Well, no. Okay, well, that's okay. We're just going to rock and roll. So I'm going to share this screen again. And hopefully by next week, we'll get that all updated. And just so you know, I do record these. And the one from last week, I was able to share my screen. So you will be able to see a walkthrough demo of how Boards works. But you will go into your app store and you're going to download Boards. And it's, like I said, it's a free app that you will install on your phone. And then you will go back, and the person that got you started should have a link for you. And in that first screen where we took a picture of those resources, there's a link in there with our custom board. And there's a variety of different ones going around. The one that you saw on that first screen is the one that I share, but Dr. Crystal has one that she shares. The other teams have ones that they share as well. They all have about 99% of the same information. So don't really worry about which one. Just grab one and make sure that you have it installed. And once you do, you will have all of this information included on your board. So when you first open it, you'll see a little star, and then you're going to see these different categories. So we've got text scripts. We've got social media posts. That's where you're going to spend the majority of your time, especially as you're getting started. But as you're digging deeper, what I would recommend is that you just get comfortable with the different sections that are on there. We've got videos on the product, some phenomenal videos by Dr. Strand, by Dr. Crystal. Then we have some conversion tools. That slide deck that we were talking about, that where it takes you from a customer to a brand partner, is going to be over in that section. And we have training resources. So maybe you want to know more about the comp plan or how to get optimized. Don't know what that is? Well, you can watch those videos. That will have information in there. We also have team resources. So maybe you want to know where all the recordings are. Well, they're on Brent Palmer's YouTube channel, and that's going to be under the team resources. You'll also see a link for PartnerCo Nation, for Telegram, for the actual board. All of that will be in there. So just great information is all throughout the program. So I would just recommend going and getting comfortable. But the majority of the time, we're going to be up here at the text scripts and the social media posts. If you click on social media posts, that's where you're going to find 4 weeks of content. So our goal is to get you all the way to Gold and Ultimate through sharing on boards or using boards. So you will do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, getting yourself to Ultimate and growing your pipeline of prospective customers. And so when you click on week 1, it's going to open up a board that looks like this. And the way that it's going to work, and on Android, it's a little bit different. You will need to save the photo first to your phone on an Android, but then you would open up Facebook. And one of the things about boards is you go to where you're working. So I'm working in Facebook. I'm going to open up Facebook. I'm going to click on boards. I'm going to click on social media week 1, and then I'm going to go click on this post. So I do the text first, and it's going to write it for me on Facebook. And then I'm going to click on the picture, and it's going to add the picture, and my post will be completely created right there for me. And then I'm going to just hit post on Facebook, and you'll see it's pretty crazy. It's, if you can copy and paste, you can use this app. It works really, really well. And then as people start getting into my instant message, I'm going to respond with all of our responses. So obviously one at a time. When they say, what is it? I'm going to send them message 1. When they ask me how much they cost or how long they last, I'm going to send them message 2. And typically, I'm going to say about 80% of the time, those 2 messages are all you're going to need to worry about, because at that point, they're going to say, okay, I want it. Then you'll send this ready to buy message and your Venmo link. Every once in a while, they might ask some additional questions. You know, how quickly will I see results? I take this medication. Well, those scripts are going to be in there as well. If they can't afford it, so they say something like, that's a little bit pricey, you can offer Square, which is going to break up the cost for them into 4 payments, but it's going to pay you all at once. You would need to set up Square, and there's a tutorial on boards on how to do that, but it's a free website that you can get, and they're going to charge a fee out of what the person pays you, so you'll make a little bit less on that box of drops. Or you could charge a little bit more, that's up to you. But it's a way that we can be completely inclusive for anybody, that it's going to break up those payments for them. And then you'll also see when they get started where we're going to send it. Or to follow up, if people disappear, they didn't respond anymore, we've got some follow-ups, and we've got the conversation for their win. So that's how boards is going to work. I apologize for not being able to share on my phone today. But that's really the whole getting started training. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of clarity of what we're doing here. I'm going to